Hi, I'm here with Dan Taylor. He's an IT guy, and I'm going to interview him about his job. So what's your background and what did you major in?
I majored in business and with a minor in management information systems.
All right. And what was your first job out of college?
I worked as an intern for Weyerhaeuser Company in Federal Way, doing IT work for their corporate IT department.
And what was your first job in your, was that your first job in your field that you majored in?
Yes. Actually, after I finished my college program, got my degree, they actually hired me.
Nice. All right. And then what are some interesting things being done in your field?
Everything's going to the cloud now.
Cloud.
Yes, so everything, from email to business management systems, everything's going to the cloud.
And does that change? How drastic of a change do you think that is?
It's huge. A lot of businesses now don't need to have their own servers. They just need, workstations, PCs. So it can be a cost savings depending on how much they're spending on going to the cloud.
And how much do you use your major in your job?
As far as my day-to-day, not a whole lot, but when I'm doing planning and forecasting for businesses, that's more where I would use it.
And was there anything that surprised you about this field of work?
Probably how much demand there is, because there's so much demand, there's no way to fill it.
Oh, wow. All right. And on the job, what does a typical day for you look like?
For me, it's typically I start in the day, get up, log on my computer, I'll take a bunch of phone calls, answer a bunch of emails.
Do you work from home?
I work from home part of the time. The rest of the time, I hop in my car and I go from client to client, solving their problems that I couldn't solve while I was over the phone.
And do you have a favorite part or maybe least favorite part about the day?
Probably my favorite part is getting out and about. I get to go all over the place, see all kinds of things. My clients are varied and they have all kinds of different things they do, everything from construction to science to... I always see something new every day. And probably least favorite part is traffic.
Yeah. And if you were maybe going to college again, would you major in something different?
Honestly, I enjoyed being a business major. When I got into university, I started at community college, and when I went to a university, it was only 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
So I got every Friday off.
Nice.
Yes.
And do you have a memory from college that you liked?
Finally being done with it, graduating. And that was really great to move on.
And do you have any tips for people trying to get through college, any words of encouragement or anything?
I guess what you've got to do is decide what you want to do. You've got to decide what you want to do and go for it. Because you can't go to college not knowing where you want to be. That's the key. So make sure you know. If you're not sure, don't go. Because they don't help you. You want to know what you're going to do and then pick the college that's going to get you there and go. If you're unsure, go to community college. It's cheaper, lets you explore things, and you won't get into debt.
And are there any experiences or things you should do that you think are important when you go to college?
Different groups, different organizations. There's all kinds of things to join and try at college. Everything from intramural sports, if you're not there for sports, to all the clubs and everything they do. So yeah, just get out there and try all the different stuff they have.
And for your field of work, what do you think is a typical entry-level job, straight out of college?
Straight out of college, a lot of times you're going to end up on a help desk or doing an operations job where it's more like you're maintaining big infrastructure stuff. You're not getting to, you have a script that you follow. You do the process.
Have you done any of that?
Oh yeah. When I started at Intel, after I left Weyerhaeuser, I worked for Intel. And I started in the operations side, and I literally was changing backup tapes, day in, day out.
And are you aware of any current programs or things that are you would think highly of if you were going to hire someone?
Basically, when I'm looking for people, I'm looking more at personality
Like traits?
Yes, because since I'm an independent contractor, we got to go out and talk to lots of different people. So you got to be personable. You got to come off, be friendly. A lot of times we can teach you the skills, but you need to have the personality.
Right. And are there any other traits you think are important?
You got to be smart. It helps to be intelligent and be able to troubleshoot and figure things out.
Like quick thinking?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any like parting advice you have, folks, for someone pursuing a STEM career or just a business career?
Again, you got to decide what you want to do and go for it. I mean, it'd be good to talk to other people in that career and see if it's what you really think it is. Because sometimes people get into something and not realizing what it really is.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you very much.
Yep. You're welcome.